Hey guys, welcome to the fourth video. And so in this video we're going to be talking about HTML formats and tags. So this is where we stopped in the last video, and I'm just going to clean this up because we don't need it anymore. And then we make our boiler template. I'm sure we also remember Shift 1. So basically everything we see here is the base tag for HTML. This forms our code. This is how it structures the code. So you need this syntax, the way it is arranged, for your code to be able to run. So the first part is where you see the doc type and HTML. This is, as the name says, it tells you what kind of document it is. And then the second part, that's your HTML, and then you have the language is equal to English, that's English EN, and then you have HTML beneath it. The heading, you have the heading beneath it, and all these meta char sets, everything containing this meta, this tells like the browser, it makes it compatible with any kind of devices. As you can see, this second one with device and with initial, that makes it compatible with devices. And for the title, this is where you give your website the name you want your website. When people look up your website, that is the name it's going to reflect. Like I showed you guys on the first video, I think, or the second, and that's the ending of the head. That's for the header. And then you come to the body. This body part is where you put every of your code into. Whatever you're coding, whatever the page is going to contain, that goes into the body. And you have your closing tag, the closing tag of HTML. So each places you see this / that's the closing tag. Those are closing tags. And it's very simple. Opening tags are tags that you just see like this pointy brackets and then a writing inside of it. And then closing tags, you see the pointy bracket and then there's a / before the writing. That's a closing tag. So I've compiled a list of tags that I'm going to explain for this video, and I'm just going to bring up the picture so you guys can take a screenshot of it if you want. And you could also browse and search about more HTML tags. So I'll just make brief explanations on all of them. But as you can see, on the left hand side there's HTML and on the right hand side there's description of them. So for this A, that's hypertext, it's a link. And then for this strong, that's when you want to bold your text. It's used to bold text. And this strong, it could be used as B. It's still the same thing. And this block quote is used to like give a section of a quote from another source. And then you have BR, that's for break, that's to break a line. And then there's caption, table caption. This is used when you make a table and you want to give the table like a heading or a writing there. And div is like a container, that's a section. Section and div are like containers. They're like sections in your page. And then we have fonts. This is more like the styling. It's mostly CSS. So we have different types of H. That's, I told you guys, we have H1 to H6. So that's the headings. And then this italic, that's I. It's also the same thing as EM. That's emphasis. Sorry, I skipped it. Emphasis. It's the same thing as emphasis. And then IMG is used to add images. LI is a list item, and OL is ordered list, as it gives you in 1, 2, 3 order, while UL is an unordered list, so it's not ordered. And for the P, that's our paragraph. That's mostly used for writing, normal writing. And section, I said section, and it's the same thing with div. Small is used to make your text smaller. Span is when you want to edit a certain text in CSS. And strike, I guess this strike doesn't work anymore. It used to work on HTML3. Subscript is used to like make a specific text higher. And then there's also the superscript. Superscript makes the text higher. Subscript makes the text lower. And then this is for the table. Everything you see here, these are tables. And then you underline. And other lists, those are list items. So that's it. I'm just going to remove this and minimize it. I'll just bring up separate dual windows for both of them so that you guys will be able to see them while we work on them. Yes, and the first thing I'm going to start working on is this P, that's paragraph, and I'm just going to say, hi guys, how are you doing? So then click on your Ctrl S to save it, and I'll run this, and you're going to see, so it shows, hi guys, how are you doing? And you see the document part, that's the name of the file. So I'm just going to collapse all these things. And you see the document that shows you the title of the web page you're using now. So now I'm just going to say, let's use this strong. So let's just make this word, how are you? Let's just make it bolder. That's strong. It makes words bold. So strong, how are you? And let's see it. So this is, how are you? Yeah, as you can see, it's much more bolder. You can also use B for this. So let's use let's say we use emphasis, EM. So as you can see, it's like italic. You can also use I for this. And then let me show you. You see, it's the same thing, I. And then the bold, which is B. How are you? It's the same thing. So let's make an ordered list, that's UL, and this is the list item. So I'll just say hey, and the second I'll say hi, and for the third I think I'll just say going. I'll just say going. So as you can see, it's just dots. That's for unordered list. But if we were to change this to OL, that's for ordered list, it will give us 1, 2, 3. So always do not forget to always save your work and then refresh the page. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3. That's the output. Always save and reload the page. So let's try I'm thinking image, but yeah, let's try image. So before you do this, you need an image in this part so it will work. As you can see, I have an image already. So save the image in the same folder so that it will work. And when you come here, the source, it will just give you. That's what it did. And you reload, you can see your image. Coding is a skill and developing. It takes time and practice, so always practice every day. Every time you have practice, it's good. Keep going. You're doing great, people. Alright, so let's try link. Let me give you a bonus and let's try link. So you can put anything you want. Href, this stands for where you are to impute the link, the URL, as universal resource locator, universal resource locator. And I'm just going to say click here to go to Google. And I refresh, so you can see it at the bottom. Click here to go to Google, and if we click on it, it will take us, but it's not connected to internet right now. So you can just play around with it, like check something else. So let me just change this thing and just write code with me instead. So I'm just going to say code with me. And if I reload this page, you're going to see code with me. And then let's say I add the heading H1. You all know about headings now. So I just say web page here. I save and reload, and you're going to see it web page. So let me try H3 now. So let's say H3, and I'll just say this should be the end of it. But let me just say the end of this video. And I save this and reload the page, and as you can see, this should be the end of this video. Let me just try a H4. So I would say bye, guys. So you see, bye, guys. Alright, guys, you guys should practice. You should practice, play around with it, look up more tags, and as you can see, everything we did is inside the body. So like I said before, everything, all of your code is supposed to be in the body. It goes in the body, so do not forget that, and ensure to practice more. Okay, guys.